What's good, everybody? Happy New Year 2026. Welcome back to Talk with Flea. It's been a great holiday, man. I just want to tell everybody thank y'all for tuning back in. I know we've been on a little hiatus for the last couple weeks, but we're back and ready to go. Before I bring my man Sen City in, I had a few things that I want to address, and I did want to address them last year, but I don't really be knowing what the shit be when niggas be like, well, this year, I'm not dragging none of that shit in. You know, people be having this shit when the new year start, the day some new year, new me. I'm not bringing nobody with me into 2026. This shit been going on since I was 5 years old. Every year is some new shit. The niggas be like, yo, I'm not dealing with this year. And you deal with it the next year anyway. But I've been wanting to tell people this before the new year came, but I figured this the type of shit y'all niggas be on, so I waited for the new year to bring this up. So here goes some of my things, and I'm going to do this periodically, not because it's 2026, just shit that be bothering me. It don't have to be the new year. This year, I'm talking to females and male friends of mine. Do not tell me about your baby daddy or your baby moms. I don't really want to hear about it. I don't want to hear, yo, this bitch got me out here, you know what I'm saying, not letting me see my kid and all that, you know what I'm saying? Then I got to pay for school clothes. I got to pay for tuition. You nutted in her. You chose to go raw and you chose to nut in her. That was your business. It's not my business. Same thing, vice versa for females. My baby father ain't shit. My baby father don't do this for me. My baby father don't do that for me. You let that nigga go raw and you let him nut inside of you. I don't care if he lives in the projects. I don't care if he's not getting money. I don't care if he's a deadbeat. You chose to let that man nut in you. Now you got to deal with that for the next however many years, 18, 21, 13, 14 years old. If you turn out to be a gangbanger and want to leave home and wild out, pause. Hopefully that doesn't turn out to be that. But don't tell me about it. I'm tired of hearing about it. Yo, Kim, you're supposed to be his godfather. No, I'm not. I didn't ask to be nobody godfather. I didn't ask to be participating in whatever you guys are going through. That's your business. That's first and foremost. That is your business. I'm not coming to a baby shower again. Don't tell me after 40 somebody's praise, only about 2 niggas that I may go to their baby shower. I'm not doing baby showers on the third baby shower. I'm not doing it. For you to complain about them in 4 or 5 months after the baby's born. I'm not doing baby showers repeatedly for people. I'm not doing it. That's first. I want to get that out of the way. Secondly, don't be needy and nasty. Don't be needy and nasty. Let me repeat that one more time. Don't be needy and nasty. What I mean by that is this. Don't talk to me crazy and then need me next week. Well, I don't get it, because I'm not going to forget what you said. Why would you talk to me crazy and then be like, yo, I need a couple dollars if you... No, don't be needy and... I don't understand the needy and nasty. Because once you get nasty and you're needy, I'm going to remind you that you was nasty when you turned into the needy person. Don't try to curse me out and tell my friends, yo, Cam is ain't shit. That nigga, fuck Cam, da-da-da. And then turn around and be like, I ain't got nowhere to live. Can I live at your house? Can I stay with you? You got 92 bedrooms. I can't get a bedroom? No, you can't get a bedroom. Yo, can I borrow one of your cars? Nah, you just was talking slick last week. You can't borrow a car. You can't live in my house. I can't lend you any money. That's what I'm not doing. I'm not doing that this year. I'm just telling you that right now because I keep mental notes and I laugh really, really hard when y'all, because I be like, yo, they're going to call. They're going to need something. This has been going on for over a decade, if not longer than that. They're going to need something. I'm telling you for other people, it don't matter to me because once you're nasty, I know you're going to be needy. Don't be needy and nasty. Be careful how you talk to people. That's first and foremost. Lastly, stop telling me about you in the streets. Please stop telling me, yo, you know how the streets is, nigga. You know, motherfucking streets and all that. Listen, man, you ain't getting it. You are not getting it. Stop telling me you outside doing your thing. Your sneakers is fucked up. You can't get a haircut. You can't pay your rent. Go get a job, my man. Go get a job, man. You're hustling for Chinese food. That's it. And to say you're in the lifestyle. Yo, you know I'm outside, right? Nah, fucking cops ran down. Yo, you're working with 19 grams. You keep flipping 19 grams. The most you got up there was 32 grams. Stop telling me you were in the streets, bro. You're not in the streets. You're trying to live a lifestyle that's not working out for you. You done been to jail 6 times for 22 grams. Move on and get a job at this point. It is not working out for you. You don't have a car. You don't got a crib. You're living with bitches, and therefore they talking to you crazy because you supposed to be getting it, but you can't even get them nothing, and you living in their house. Stop hustling, bro. You in it for a lifestyle. You're wasting your time. You're about to be a half a century. Move on. You're not getting it. You never had a kilo, and you're over 35. This is not for you. And I'm not promoting this is the right or wrong thing to do. I'm just telling you, stop acting like you in the streets. You in the streets, but you wasting your time. You ain't getting no real money. You are wasting your time, brother. I had to get that out of the way. Now, look, I got my man Sen City on line 1. Yo, Sen, what's up, baby? How you? Happy New Year, man.
Niggas can't talk to you about the streets? Well, Happy New Year to you too, man. God damn.
Yo, listen. Niggas can talk to me about the streets all they want. I'm just going to turn my back and do this. Because they might be in the street. See, let me change that for somebody who wants to be specific. You could be in the streets, because they definitely in the streets, literally almost, talking about living in the streets. But if they outside hustling, or they getting all this money that they say they getting, or, you know how niggas be like, yo, nah, nigga, I was outside all night. For what? For what? You made 2 sales. You made 2 sales, man. You went home with $23 and you had to eat. You are not getting no money. Give it up and move on to something different. So I'm not saying niggas can't talk to me about being in the streets. What I'm saying is you're not going to want to tell me, you know what? That's the next thing I want to say before you say what you got to say. That was on my list too. I got about 92 things on the list, but I was going to stretch it out during the year. I'll bring this one in. Lastly, don't talk to me if you don't want to hear the truth. I'm not going to lie to you, man. If you're around people who tell you, yo, nah, it's going to work out, man. It's going to be all good one of these days. No, it's not going to work out sometimes. Now, if I see something that's going to work out and I can motivate you to be good or be better, cool. I'm going to tell you the truth. Sometimes you be around niggas lying to you. You in the studio, that's it right there. Nah, we out of here with that. That's all crazy right there. Then when you put it out and niggas be like, yo, what is this nonsense? Nah, that's because everybody in the studio told you that song was hot. And they lying to you because half the time they ain't got shit going on, so they hoping that song will blow up, and they hoping that shit'll be dope, but they lying to you because they don't have no sense of, no air or nothing creative-wise. They just riding off your situation. Pause. And I'm just using the studio as an example. Don't come to me if you don't want to hear the truth. Don't be around me. I'm going to tell you your car is not all that. I don't like it. Don't pull up with that. We could drive to the location, park around the corner. I don't like it. Now, those sneakers don't go with that outfit. Whoever told you that is lying. I would expect niggas to do the same for me. I'm just telling you, niggas be lying to niggas. I'm not going to do it. Don't come around me. You don't want to hear the truth. I had to get that one out the way. Guys, son, I had to let people know. Those are some of the things that's going to be on my list periodically as we move along this year.
Well, let me ask you this. You said needy and nasty.
Yeah.
Are you giving them reasons to be nasty towards you? Do you take fault in any of that?
No. See, this is why I take zero fault. This is why I bought. But this is why I bought part 4 into the equation. Don't come around me if you don't want to hear the truth. I told you to stop being a hooker when you was 28. That you would be old one day. I told you to figure it out with this money you're getting now because you're going to be old. And then I had a topic like that on Is What It Is. Shout to Is What It Is. We'll be back as well this week.
About time.
Yeah. What do you do when you sell pussy but the pussy's not selling? You should have stacked up when it was hot. You can't get a clearance sale on it now. You can't get a 2-for-1. Nobody wanted. You should have stacked up. So when you sit there and say, is somebody's part of the reason? No. But when you're thinking about a person like me, I told you the truth. You didn't want to listen to the truth. So when I told you the truth, you took it as me being offensive to you. I wasn't offensive. I told you what was the truth. But people always take the truth as, oh, this nigga's talking about me. Oh, this nigga's being nasty. I take it as I'm being nasty. No, I'm telling you what's real, man. It's not, look, you ask my opinion, and then that's what's even worse, right? Somebody asks your opinion on something. You give them your opinion, and then after you give them your opinion, they don't like your opinion. Why would you say that? Nigga, you asked. I wasn't just out here blurting opinions. You asked what I thought. I told you what I thought. What I thought is not what you want to hear. Now I'm a hater. All right, cool. Then you wait a year and exactly what you told them wasn't going to work, didn't work. Now they need a place to stay. No, you can't stay here. Then when you want to stay there and you tell them no, you never support it. You always been a hater. You always been one of them niggas. You never thought, you never believed in me anyway. Whatever. I told you don't waste your money on that. I told you don't invest in that. I told you may want to think things out and do things a different way. But you asked my opinion. I gave it. You didn't like my opinion. Then after that, what I told you came to fruition. And now I'm a sucker. My thing is this, and even when I give my opinion about shit like that, Sen, I hope I'm wrong. I be like, yo, I want this to work for them. I hope this works out for them. I hope this investment goes good. I hope this job goes good for them. When a lot of people ask how I feel, I really 9 out of 10 times hope that I'm wrong. But if you're asking about my educated guess on what this situation is, and I tell you I don't think it's going to work, and it doesn't work, don't be mad at me because you can't stay at my house afterwards. Or you can't get a loan to get your rent paid because I told you my educated opinion. 9 out of 10 times, I hope it works and I'm wrong. But sometimes I'm right. And there's times I'm wrong too. Like, shit did work out. I'm not a genius. I'm not smart. All I'm saying is, tell me, yo, yeah, Cam, what you said didn't work, wasn't going to work, worked out. Congratulations. I'm rooting for everybody that's my friend or that I know and situations that they may have going on where they're trying to win. I don't want to be down in your dreams. People down my dreams. People told me, yo, man, you bugging. You need to go back to school. This shit ain't going to work. Yo, you ain't as good as a rapper you think it is. Yo, don't invest in that property. That ain't it. A lot of times I've been wrong and a lot of times I've been right. And I ask for people's opinion as well. But I don't go back to them and be like, and shit on them and be like, nigga, you see that shit worked out. Sometimes I do if you try to really down.
I was about to say, would you stop it?
Yeah,
you do it,
sometimes
nigga.
depending on who it is. But I don't do it like that. I don't go back and be like, see, nigga, I do it when I pull up. And shit they could never buy. Or when I just pull the jewelry out, I'll be like, yo, nah, it's 300,000. And I act like I'm just talking about my jewelry. I do it. It's kind of subliminal. That's not the word that I'm looking for. But I do it in other ways. I would be like, see, told you, nigga. See, told you. You know why? Because you ain't got to do that when you win. Other things show you win. The media show that you win, and the shit you pull up in there show you win. The way you live in your lifestyle show you win. And then you be humble, be like, hey there, brother, how you doing, man? It's good to see you, man. Yeah, no. It's a 2027. Yeah, it's only two of them right now. Yeah. But I hope everybody out here is good, man. It's a pleasure to see everybody. That's how I do it. That's just me, man. But good to see you, man. How was your holidays, man?
Everything is good, man. I mean, SRT, I blew the engine in the SRT. It's a kind of a bragging race, and then again, it's kind of a, now I ain't got my fucking SRT. I got to wait for it to get fixed. So, that's my holiday. Ain't much going on.
Well, yeah, that's the shit I'm talking about, man. You should, blew the engine on shit. Pause. That's what I'm saying. That's the way to front, too. I don't know who you talking to. That not me. Like, somebody need to hear that out there in the world. Yeah, I blew my engine on SRT and all that. I had to get a new one imported. I'm waiting on that. That's my... See, that's the way to front. That's another subliminal way to say, I don't know what's going on with other niggas. Yeah. I'm out here on the highway blowing engines out. Pause. I like that, man.
You got to agree with me. You're not ready and built for this sensitive climate that we in. You just said how people can't accept the truth. So you like me. You don't like this sensitive climate that we live in now. Everything is sensitive. You with me on that, right?
Yeah, I'm not gonna say everything, but I think put it like this. I'm 80% in agreement with you. 80%.
Cause tell a nigga his song whack today. Oh Lord.
Man, that was like that.
It's all out war. Huh?
Yeah. I mean, music-wise, look, it's times where people told me, it's always my decision last, but let's just say I'm in a room with 10 niggas and 8 niggas say, Cam, that ain't it. And I'm like, but I love it. I'm like, damn, I can't get. It's 8-2. I got to reevaluate. Niggas tell me it's not it. Maybe I'll throw it on a mixtape. I wouldn't put it on the album. I'm talking about like when I was heavy doing music. I'd be like, man.
I was going to ask you, give me a song that happened with. Do you remember?
I can't remember, but it's been times where not necessarily songs that ain't it, but that was dope about when we was coming up is that we was doing albums and mixtapes at the same time. So it was more of a situation where we'd be like, this should make the album, throw that on the mixtape. Because if it didn't work out, it was like the mixtapes would throw away anyway. We wasn't making money like that off the mixtapes. Everybody, Duke the God was making money off the mixtapes. But we just looked at songs that we put on mixtapes as extras anyway. So it wasn't about, to me, I can't think of a song off the top of my head, but I remember it's time to be like, nah, don't put that on the album, put that on the mixtape. So, but let me think about that and give you an answer at a later date because I can't think of the answer at the moment.
All right. Speaking of mixtapes, when y'all did I love that cover too. When y'all had K Slay on there, rest in peace, with the furs and all that. The money that went from that mixtape, where did that go? Did that go back in y'all as a group, or like? Because I heard y'all sold a lot
of that mixtape.
Oh,
I didn't make no money. You gotta realize that during that time, we were the first rappers to have our own mixtape. I know it seems crazy to say, but rappers were on DJs' mixtapes. You would want to be on Ron G or DJ Clue or whoever had, a bunch of people on
SNS.
SNS, you know what I'm saying? If you could rap on people's mixtapes, that's where you got your light at, especially DJ Clue. He was on fire. But we were the first rappers to have a mixtape as a group. Like I said, it sounds crazy to say. It sounds like when a nigga be like, yo, I'm the one who invented toilet paper. You don't give a fuck who invented toilet paper. You just go take a shit and wipe your ass, pause. But we were the first ones, and then G-Unit came out with mixtapes right after that, and they was killing the streets too. So it wasn't about, for us, making money. It was more about, we tired of the record label determining when we could put music out. And I just got off Epic and got to Rockefeller, and we just printed up mad CDs and was giving them out everywhere. They used to sell CDs on 125th and be outside, and then they would give the CDs out. And shout out to my man Luca Brasi. He had the thing called the Taliban on 145th and Broadway where everybody was coming up there to buy clothes. And when you left Blue Jeans or wherever you was buying clothes on 145th and Broadway, you had to buy a mixtape off him. Not necessarily a mixtape, an album. He was selling people albums like he was Tower Records or HMV. So I gave him a bunch of mixtapes to make sure he gave to everybody. And it wasn't just regular people. Jermaine Dupri used to come up there, shop, DJ Clue. Everybody that was in town from out of town or even from another borough used to come up there to shop because they had all the bad bitches in the store. They had all the fly shit. And Luca cornered the market over there. So that's a better question for Duke. Maybe Duke made some money, but I wasn't in it for money. It was more about let's get niggas hot. You got to think about that mixtape, right? I just got off Epic and got the Rockefeller. Just got there. Jim didn't have a deal. Jewels didn't have a deal. The Diplomats didn't have a deal. None of us had a deal except for me. So that was my promotional tool to be like, yo, y'all missing out. We pumping out albums on the streets for free, and we fly. I seen that cover. I think it was the Fez magazine or Don Diva, one of the magazines where I think it was Alpo, Rich Porter. All these people have furs and leathers on, and the streets was going really crazy over that magazine cover. They was like, yo, man, look, them niggas getting it. Them niggas getting it. Da, da, da. And I was like, I got all them furs in my crib too. Like, fuck is they talking about? So if you look at that album cover, I think Jim had his own fur, Shice Bub had his own fur, Luca. But the rest of them shits is my furs that I put on niggas' back. So I bought everybody furs. I bought Tito. I bought mad niggas fashion. I bought the block furs. Everybody on my block, I bought chains and furs. K Slay we got RP. I gave K Slay a fur. Whoever ain't have a fur, we have mad furs available. And I'm like, if everybody's so impressed with this Feds magazine cover with Alpo and Rich, I got all that shit in the house. Let's put some good music, take a picture with the furs, and then put the music out. Because then when that came out, they was like, oh, them Diplomat niggas getting money. Oh, them niggas, they getting it because we had the furs on. We looked good. It was great presentation. But as far as
you wasn't impressed though?
I wasn't impressed with what?
With the Fez magazine cover when you first saw it. You wasn't impressed?
No, I had all that shit in my house.
All right.
Look, I was
Harlem nigga for real, man.
I was hype about the story. Like, okay, this is dope. This is a great new avenue. Like I said, I thought it was dope. Impressed. I'm sitting there. All right, look, I don't know the date. I'm gonna try and figure out the date. We gonna figure out the date that first magazine came out to the time the Diplomat album came out. Because I was sitting there saying, I got all this. What's the levers and the fur? Like I got 17 closets of that. Fuck. It's only about 2 months different. It ain't like I went out and be like, oh, let's go get some levers. Let's go get some furs. Let's do it like this. I'm sitting there saying, why the streets going so crazy? Oh, so it been fucked up out here for a minute. Let me throw some furs on niggas' backs. Jim, you got your furs. Shice Bub, you got. All right, let's grab the, yo, fuck, we already got this in the house. This is what they're impressed about. Let's show them the 2002, 2001, 2002 version of that. That's how I took it. No, not right. No.
Okay. Well, it was a good mixtape cover, and everybody knew where it came from. You know, the original from seeing AZ and all them on the cover, and then seeing y'all, and then y'all had, like you said, you had the music to follow up, and we just thought everything, all that shit was dope, man. I was impressed by both. If you really,
like I said, I was excited about the story, but impressed on what they was wearing. Nah, I mean, maybe when I was 16, 17. By that time that magazine came out, I had some accessories already.
Well, but before we really get started, I know it's gonna be a couple of days later, but you kind of close to the situation. Shout out to Anthony Joshua, man, and blessings to him. He had a bad car accident, lost his friends or whatever, and I know he was just around him to do the Face Off on Netflix. So shout out to him.
Definitely big prayers up go to Anthony Joshua and his family, and RP to his friends. Really bad situation, man. Like I said, my blessings and prayers are with you, brother.
Yeah. I got a question for you. You explain how you rap for Big and you met Un later, but you know what's crazy? You don't be caring about details. it's people that do. Like you said, well, how many times we gonna hear the AZ story? Now it's him yelling out the window. The lady didn't throw down the key. I love details, so we want to get the details. After you rap for Big, did you go back downstairs? Did y'all chill for a while? What did you do that day? Were you excited? Did you who the first person you call? Like, nah, nigga, I just rap for Big. Like, what like really went on in that day? Was Junior Mafia there? Like, you know what I mean? Like after you spoke to, it's a two-part question, sorry. And did you speak to him on the phone after that, before he passed away? Like, we need more details on you and Big, because Big is still a big part of hip-hop history. So little stories would be dope.
What you want to know is niggas had cheese on the crackers? Like, what are you talking about?
Everything. I'm saying, after you say you rap for him, he was laying in bed with two girls. Did you like leave? Like, where did you and Murder go that day? Like, did you stay for a while? Did you talk to him?
Well, I don't know. Junior Mafia definitely was there. I came in Big's house. I sat. Mace told me chill here. I sat in the living room. Junior Mafia was definitely there. I went upstairs and I rapped for Big. He had two chicks in the bed, and I rapped for him. Where I went afterwards, I don't know. I chilled there for a minute because he just asked me what kind of money I wanted. I told him $250,000. He said, bet he'll make it happen. Was I excited? Of course I was excited. But at the end of the day, even though Mace wasn't, his album wasn't out yet, but I won't say it's wrong. I was fucking super excited. I was definitely excited about meeting Biggie Smalls, first of all, and secondly, the prospect of me being on the verge of getting a record deal. But, and I don't mean but, and let me say and, my man is a superstar too at this time. You gotta realize Mace is a superstar at this time. He wasn't where Biggie at was yet, but you could see where it was about to go. So it ain't like, I'm not saying this happened this day, but it wasn't like when I left Big House, it was the regular Mace I grew up with. It was M.A. $E. So when we left his house, you know, Mace, we go to the mall, bitches on Mace. Niggas grabbing, want to rap for Mace. People want to do this for Mace. So it's one thing when me and Mace growing up trying to get to that level. Mace was on a couple remixes and niggas seen him with Bad Boy already and Biggie and already and all that. So I was excited to meet Big, but I was more excited that my right-hand man was in a position to help me get a record deal, that his dream was about to come true, so on and so forth. So maybe that's why I don't remember that much what happened after I left there or anything else, because, you know, I was still in the process of, I got to hold Mace down because this nigga's a superstar.
I had a earlier question. I remember Bobby Holiday asked this question, and you was just talking about that because all things didn't work that you think would work. He had a question for you. He said he heard about you having businesses, like different businesses, restaurants, all type of shit. What business didn't work out for you that you can, if you could name one that you thought would work out, like a business plan or something a business venture you jumped in?
A business plan that it wasn't my idea, but I was part of it, was willing to back it, was Super Duper Pause. Super Pause was Lip Scrub. Thought it was going go for the smokers and everything. They have to scrub their lips. Pause. And shit, just the person that I was trying to work with on that, they just wasn't dialed in to get the right situation to make that work. So I didn't lose a lot of money on it, but that was something that absolutely didn't work at all, that I thought had a possibility to work. Shit ain't work out.
No, people don't know. It's the reason why I'm laughing like this. Is crazy, man. Oh my God. All right, so lip scrub. Okay.
Yeah, it was supposed to keep your lips fresh, pause, and residue and everything else, but shit ain't work out.
So it was just because of the relationship with the person that they wasn't. It wasn't the product, was it?
I don't know. You had it. You said shit molded on you and shit. I don't fucking know.
They don't know though.
I'm just telling you. You could chime in. You know.
I'm
You
like,
was
I
said
said
the
this
shit
shit hurt.
molded up or some shit. I don't fucking know.
Shit looking like bread. I'm like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah, listen, man. See, that's the thing about being an investor, right? Investors, what happened is this. You have to be really, really dialed in when you're dealing with somebody who's supposed to, not supposed to, willing to invest money with you. Because this could be your last chance on them ever investing in you, ever. And you may have another investor, but I'm that type of person. I'm that type of person where, look, if you wasn't doing the homework, you wasn't doing the due diligence, and then you come back to me and be like, yo, this was supposed to go like this, and this supposed to go like that, and it didn't work out. And I'd be like, yo, but this ain't my job to motherfucking look over what you want me to invest in. I just want to invest. I don't want to be sitting here looking over why this didn't work, that didn't work. I'm just going to take it as it didn't work. Now, if we invest in something separate from what I just said, now if we invest in something, you had your I's dotted, your T's crossed, and it just didn't work out, and we almost was there, I wanted to take a chance in doing another investment with you. But I'm not going to ever invest with you again if you didn't have your shit together. I'm sitting there saying to myself, yo, this bitch, this nigga, he got his shit together, man. Like, look, we going to do it. Then when it's time to do it, you ain't got your shit together. I ain't fucking with you no more. But if you had your shit together and it just didn't work out, I'll fuck with you again. We tried and it didn't work. I'm not mad at that. But if you ain't have your shit together, I can't just invest in you. So it's about not having your shit together. When you have a product like anything that's let's just say lotion, liquid, soda, energy drink, you have to almost have it for a year before you can actually put it out. Because you have to think about everything. You can't, can I leave this in the car? What's going to happen if I leave it in the car at 80 degrees? Is it going to be fucked up? Can I put it in the refrigerator? What happens if I refrigerate this? What happens if I leave it at room temperature? You got to make sure that you know your product. That's why, and I'm not here to dwell on it or go back on it, but that's why I never got the COVID shot. I'm like, yo, nigga ain't gonna know what their life gonna be like in 18 months. Niggas just rushing to get the vaccine.
Yeah, I ain't
and
with that.
don't know what the outcome gonna be. You may turn into a nigga looking like they on bath salt. You don't know. You're not gonna be experimenting with me. That's what I'm saying. And when you have certain products, you have to take it for at least 6 months to 8 months, maybe a year, to see all the things that could possibly happen to you in the future, or not just you, to the product in the future.
I want to talk about something Future just tweeted. He just wrote, fuck you 2025 on his Twitter, and certain people are reacting or whatever the case may be. How you feel about 2025?
The year?
Yeah, like what could have been better for you, what you would have did different? How you feel about 2025?
I had a great year. And, last few years have been really great. You know what I'm saying? I know I'm being blessed by my mom, God, everybody up there. I got a lot of people who passed away that I love. Tawassa, Bloodshed, HUD, my grandmother. There's a lot of people looking out for me up in heaven, man. And the last 2 years, 24, 25, even 2023 has been really, really good business-wise. As far as outside of business, like I said, I lost a lot of people in the last since I've been growing up. I lost a lot of people. As far as missing friends and family and loved ones, has been fucked up on that tip because, as strong as I am and everything else, I still miss Blood. Blood been dead 28 years. I still miss her. HUD been dead 15 years. My mom died 2.5 years ago. Tawassa died 6 years ago. It's a lot of people. Fat Sean died. Murph died. It's R.P. Murph, R.P. Fat Sean. It's a lot. Trell died. My man, it's a lot. I know a lot of people who passed away, so it's times where I think about them, and I be like, damn, I wish they was around for this. You know what I'm saying? So emotionally, sometimes I get in dark spaces where I'll be like, damn, man, this nigga, if Hud was here, imagine what he do here, or if Fat Sean was here, imagine he do here, or like I said, my mother was like my best friend, you know what I'm saying? So I'd be like, my mom would be cracking up off this, or my grandfather, he would have said, you know, it's just a lot of that. But as far as business is concerned, shit booming. Shit has been great business wise, and sometimes that makes up me working because I like to work. I always like to come up with new things. That kind of could fill in for the void that I just was telling you about. But working and creating always been great for me. You know, even when I'm not working, I'm working. I'll sit there and tell you I'm sitting on my balcony looking at the ocean in my crib, and I smoke a blunt, and all of a sudden I got 4 songs done. I wasn't even trying to write no music that day. That's just how it goes sometimes. But as far as 2025 overall, I couldn't ask for nothing better business-wise. Like I said, there's just some people here that wasn't able to celebrate some of the success that I had. And that's probably the shittiest part of it. But as far as 2025, I ain't got no problems with it. Look, I get it. I know what Future may say that. And not just Future, I'm talking about people in general who's in the music business. Shit, you know, especially think about Atlanta, man. It's been rough 2025 for Atlanta artists, man. First of all, you got that YSL case, right? You had, and I don't know none of this because I ain't keep up with it. I'm just telling you from what scrolls by. And I don't have a dog in the fight. I don't care about this person, that one. I don't have beef with them or anything like that for what I'm about to say. I'm just being clear. But from what I'm understanding, you got Gutter who told, and then you got YSL Woody who told, which I never heard of YSL Woody until this case. And they was like, damn, they told on Thugger. Then they said Thugger told. And I don't know if Thugger told or not. I just know that all this shit's going on. Then I see the other day, 21 Savage say, yo, Slime talking to Young Thug, yo, we knew Gutter wasn't no street nigga when he told the first time. And I'm like, he told the first time? What was the first time? Y'all put him back in the car after he told? So yeah, like I said, then he tweeted the Future, and they were saying the streets is a myth, fuck the streets. Look, for 2025, as far as Atlanta rappers is concerned, there's been a lot of mixy shit going on. Court cases, people telling, people not telling, people not being friends no more, people tweeting at each other. And from a New York standpoint, and you know, maybe I'm talking about 10, 15 years ago, we used to envy the South. When I say envy the South, I'm talking about how they would always stick together, it seemed like. It seemed like the South back in the days never would beef with each other. This person do a song with that person do a song with this person. We used to be as New Yorkers like, you can't get along with a nigga from Harlem, you can't get along from a nigga from the Bronx. A nigga from the Bronx can't get along with a nigga from Queens. A nigga from Queens can't get along with a nigga from Brooklyn. And it used to be really divided to me as New Yorkers. And I used to be like, them South niggas, they stick together. I remember 2 Chainz being on Funk Master Flex one time, and he was like, yeah, man, the South stick together more because we don't be brushing niggas off. You ask a New York nigga to do a song, you be like, yo, give me a week or 2. Give me 2 weeks. Give me 3 weeks. Give me next month. He said, in Atlanta, we bump into each other. We need a song done. We ride to the studio right there and do it. And I was like, I like that. I like that. But it seems like over the years, it's been back and forth between different artists from the South. And like I said years ago, I used to envy the fact that they stick together. But, you know, shit happens, man. But 2025 was great for me.
Oh, okay. Speaking of murder, I kind of always wanted to know this. When y'all was a group, COC, you, Murder, Bloodshed, Children of the Corn, Digger, the producer, when was it a decision for Murder to leave and go solo? And did y'all speak about that? Like, how did that happen?
It wasn't like no decision. Like, yo, we agree. It wasn't like, because you got to realize we have no deal. It wasn't like we was like TLC and Chili like, yo, I'm going solo. I'm leaving the group. Look, whoever could get on. And, You know what I'm saying? And that's just really what happened. Mace ran in the Cuda, and he took off. When you say go solo, right? I'm trying to see and think about a timeline when you say that. We all went away to school, not Blood, but me and Mace went away to school. Mace went away to college before me, and then after that, I went away to college. Mace left school, and then when I got kicked out of school, Mace had met the nigga Cuda, and they was on the verge of working out a record deal. Mace got a record deal, but you gotta realize we wasn't together because we was at school. So when I came home from school, Mace got a record deal. And then me and Blood went and got a record deal with this record company called Freeze Records, which was not the best situation to do. We were just trying to play catch up with Mace because Mace got a deal with Bad Boy. We got to get the deal. And we went and got a deal, and it really wasn't good. During that deal that we had with Freeze Records, Blood died, and I ended up getting out that deal. And that's when I started hanging with Mace more and more and more because he was already off doing his thing with Bad Boy, but me and Blood was like, we got to just do what we got to do on this bum-ass record label. And I don't want to say bum-ass record label. Will Sokolov, shout out to you. You gave us an opportunity. It just didn't work out. He worked with EPMD, a bunch of other people, so that's not the right word, bum-ass niggas. They gave us an opportunity. But when Blood died, that's when I was with Mason. I ended up getting out that deal. But it wasn't about, yo, I'm going solo on you niggas. We all left. We still was in school playing basketball when all this shit happened. You know, a lot of times I sit back and think about a lot of things that went on, and I'm like, some of the mistakes that all of us made, especially myself, because I'm going to hold myself accountable. What you want a nigga to do when they 21 with a record deal with no guidance, or 22 or 23, or 23, 24 with $1 million in the 90s? Like, you just, you know, it's no guidance at the same time. And the niggas older than you that you respect, they never got this type of money. So what they really gonna tell you? Not only that, they on bullshit too. You know, I won't say it. I won't say no names, but I remember niggas was telling me to tell Mace, yo, Mace staying down there with the nigga Puff. He should leave Puff door open tonight. Pause. Super pause that. We run in that joint, do what we got to do. You know, we ain't gonna implicate nobody. And I'm like, yo, the album ain't even out yet, but y'all want the nigga Mace the line Puff up? Come on, man. That's when I said I gotta get from over here. What the fuck are we talking about?
You better be careful. Don't tell no stories from over there. The B.I.G. come get you, nigga.
Yeah. I better watch my mouth. Pause.
Yeah.
Fucking ridiculous. You know what I'm saying? So, and speaking of what you talking about, I'm glad you get to witness some of the reason why I can't fuck with niggas. If niggas was smart,
I did think cool. It was. I didn't understand before. I ain't get it.
Yeah, but niggas wanted Mace to line Puff up, and Mace had a record deal about 4 months. He ain't even have an album or single out yet. But you want this man to line Puff up. And I'm like, yo, my nigga, listen, man, we got to get the fuck from over here. But it wasn't go back to the original question. It wasn't no shit like I'm going solo. It was just life was lifing. Mace got kicked out of school. I came back. He had a deal. Me and Blood, I still had the Children of the Corn. Blood died. You know, the chips landed where they may, so to speak.
No, because I remember you said y'all was making tracks in Connecticut, you know, with Digger or whatever. So I was wondering, like, was it a discussion of, and that's me wondering a lot.
Well,
so listen, like, yo, how did that go?
So that's a great question. Mace had a deal. When we got a deal with Freeze Records, which I went and polyed the deal and all that, Digger, who was our producer at the time, still was in college. He was going to a school called, I believe, the University of New Haven. And so we had a little budget with Freeze Records. They gave us a little money. So me and Blood basically moved to New Haven so Digger could finish college. You know what I'm saying? He was the producer. We found us a 3-bedroom up there in West Haven. I remember we was living in West Haven. But we moved to Connecticut so Digger could do our beats. Not only do our beats, we wanted him to finish college, so we moved up there. Mace would come up there once in a while, but he wasn't part of CEOs. He was always going to be our nigga. But he was off. He was getting money with Bad Boy. He would come up there once in a while and then leave and then come back and leave. And then I remember he just never came back no more. And I asked him, I said, yo, man, why you ain't been up to the spot no more? He said, man, I ain't driving up there for all that, man. Shit too far. Me driving an hour and a half up there and back and all that shit. And he ended up staying in the city. But me and Blood actually moved there so Digger could finish college and we could get the songs done as well.
Oh, okay. Yo, the Fuck Giuliani tees, which is online. I don't know if it's you selling it, but they are $160. I used to wear mine faithfully. I'm not gonna lie. They was long sleeve tees, and on the back it said Diplomat on the front, and on the back it said Fuck Giuliani, Diplomat album coming, and whatever date, Jim Jones album coming, and whatever. And Jewel said, where was you planning on distributing those records? Was that a conversation you had with Un already? Like where was those albums coming out on?
I don't remember, but I can't remember how it went. I gotta remember I know the shirts you're talking about and everything else. I have no idea. That's a great question. We might have just been forcing niggas' hands and bluffing niggas. I have no idea. I don't know. But I do know the shirts that you're talking about. I gotta put the shirts with a timeline. You know what I'm saying? I can't remember exactly.
99.
Yeah, I have no idea. But you gotta realize, like I said, this is prior to internet, so any promotion we could get, I don't fuck with a t-shirt, a hat, a poster board. I was always trying to promote niggas because that used to be my plan. You know, like I said, I didn't know the internet and social media and all that shit was coming. But I used to envy Kevin Lyles and Leo Cohen, these niggas, because I used to be like, yo, these niggas is making all the money and nobody know what they look like. So you would go outside and be a successful rapper, may not have the most money, and people want your autograph, so on and so forth. But the niggas who's making tens of millions of dollars, if not hundreds of millions of dollars, they could walk in and out restaurants. Nobody would know them. It didn't matter. And I was like, that's what I want to do. I'm going to make these niggas stars, and I'm going to fall back and get the money. Now, nobody knew IG and social media and all that shit was coming. But I remember being in a movie theater on River Road in Edgewater, New Jersey. And I was in there, and everybody was running up on Cam, I need want to get an autograph, so on and so forth. And Kevin Lyles was in there. I bumped into Kevin Lyles. And this was I was on Def Jam. And, you know, Kevin Lyles was the president of Def Jam, or whatever title it was. He's high-ranking Def Jam. That was my bro. Shout out to Kevin Lyles. And he was in there, and people was like, I see him at the concession stand getting popcorn. We talking. People like, yo, Cam. Yo, man, help me get a record deal. And I'm like, help you get a record deal? The nigga who do the record deals is right here. Then Kev said, no, what the fuck is you doing? He got a whole attitude. He was like, yo, chill. Don't be telling niggas that, Cam. I'm like, oh, y'all niggas moving stealthy. I see what's going on here. And I was like, that used to want to be my plan. But then social media came, and you had to promote yourself and move in a different direction as technology grew. But I can't remember exactly where we distributed it, whatever was on the Fuck Giuliani shirts.
Oh, and it said Confessions of Fire Gold, and then it said like the list of albums that were coming out. But the internet, to me, it seems like it was the street team who had the best street team. So it was kind of like the same, because I remember it's a billboard on the West Side Highway in Harlem. It's way up, it's high. And I heard they had just stickers up there. Like, I never saw it personally, but I heard, you know, the Who Was Cameron when you first came out. I heard they put their stickers up there. So
yeah, shout out to Aunt Lava, who ran the street team. Him, Buck, shout out to Buck too, Aunt Lava. RP is a dude named Cash who was really good. And they took that shit personal, but they were definitely, you know, Aunt Lava was spearheading that shit with the street team. Shout out to Bianca too.
Yeah. You know what's crazy? Drake was at your Crime Pays album release party. I think it was Now What footage. But did you recognize him at the time? Because he did have a mixtape out that was kind of buzzing. Did you recognize him at your party?
I gotta see the footage. I don't remember the Crime Pays album release party. I don't remember. I
That's what
can't
it
even tell
said.
you where that shit was at. I have no idea. I would have to see the footage and let you know. But you know now what he holds on the footage. Who knows, man? I don't know. I can't even answer the question. I can't even tell you where the party's at. I would have to see the footage. But if he only had a mixtape out, um, probably not. I got familiar with Drake. Um, I went to see Lil Wayne. Everybody know Lil Wayne is my man. And when Lil Wayne was on tour with Young Money, when Young Money first came out, you know, they had that one single with everybody on it. When Lil Wayne was on fire, the hottest artist in the world, rap or not, he would do the concert and he would bring Young Money out. I remember going to see the show in Ohio. And after Young Money got off the stage, Lil Wayne used to be like, Drake, you stay. You stay and rock out with me. Because I don't know if Lil Wayne felt he was going to be the one or he reacted off the crowd. Because the crowd used to get hype as well when he'd be like, Drake, you stay. And he would let Drake finish the show with him after the Young Money artist went off stage. And I was like, okay, this must be going to be the first nigga on Young Money because, you know, you got to realize it was Tiger, it was Jay Mills, it was Nicki, it was whoever else was there. Drake was included in that bunch. But he let Drake stay and finish the hour and a half show with him without Young Money. So that's when I got more familiar with Drake as an artist.
Okay. You you posted a picture a while ago. You ran into Nas at the airport. Was that your first? Well, I'm not even gonna say convo. Was that your first time seeing him since all the nonsense that y'all went through when y'all was younger or whatever?
Yeah, it was the first time. For people that don't know, because everybody's kind of young, you know, me and Nas went through a rap beef. The reason that this happened, and I'm just going to give people some history here that don't know, Nas was supposed to perform at Summer Jam. He went through something with Hot 97 where he didn't perform at Summer Jam, and he went to a rival station, which at the time was new, 105.1. And he went up there and he basically got mad at Hot 97. And some of us was catching strays for no reason. He dissed me. He said Cam is a good lyricist, but his album is whack. He said nobody liked Nelly. Forget Nelly. And you got to realize, Noriega, you need to step your bars up. This is 2002 when Nelly came out, when I came out, when Noriega came out, and it seemed like that older artist wasn't appreciating what the new artist was bringing to the table. So me and the rest of the diplomats, Jim, Jewels, whoever else was around at the time, we did records dissing Nas. And we didn't want to do it. We grew up listening to Nas, but we had to make a business decision like, damn, man, Nas is just dissing us for no reason. And we love this nigga. So we responded to Nas. It almost leaked into the streets, but thank God it didn't. You know, it was a little threats here and niggas was moving a little. Well, everybody was moving the way they needed to move because they didn't know what the next steps was going to be after the diss record. But thank God it didn't leak into the streets. Just stayed on music. But that was probably 2002, 2003. And then I seen Nas for the first time probably, maybe that was 2014, 15, in the airport, and I had my back turned at the counter. And I feel somebody come, you know, the playful punch in the ribs. And I turn around and it's Nas, and he's like, yo, bro, what's up? It's all love. And I'm like, oh, shit, it's all love, man. What's happening? We spoke. We was good money. We actually was on the same flight together. We didn't sit together, but we was on the same flight. And then when we landed, I'm like, you know what? Let's get a picture together so niggas see that we're good. Because, you know, a lot of times, even to this day, people get so caught up in your life as an artist or as a TV personality or whatever it is that they forget that you have a life outside of what they see. You know what I'm saying? So you have people be like, oh, this nigga Cam, fuck Cam because you still a Nas fan. Or fuck Nas because you still a Cam fan. Let's show that we're cool. Take this picture so nobody has to make a choice on fuck this nigga, fuck that nigga. And if they still want to say it, they can say it, but they'll see that me and you have no problem. So when that picture I posted, probably going on 10 years ago, maybe a little less than that, that was the first time that we seen each other since all that bullshit happened. But Nas is one of them people that don't talk a lot. You know, I talked about this on my Instagram. It was a hip-hop, 50-year hip-hop event that went on at Yankee Stadium 2 years ago, 2023. And mass appeal through the event. It was the 50 years of hip-hop. They had everybody there. It was a show started at 1 in the morning and it finished at 2 in the morning that next night. And Nas put me on that show. He didn't have to put me on that show. It was pretty much his call who he wanted on the 50 years of hip-hop anniversary. Like I said, it was everybody there from Run DMC to T.I. to KRS-One to Fat Joe. And for him to even consider me doing that, that just went to show to me that it's nothing personal with me and him, and he's on business, and he felt that I should have been a part of it. And I shouted him out for doing that on my Instagram. But, you know, if it was like that, he wouldn't have had me at that situation. You know, it's a lot of people that want to hold on to grudges as fans. I remember I went and did the show with Jay-Z after me and Jay-Z had musical disputes or whatever you want to call it, business disputes, and I went and did that concert with Jay-Z, and some people's like, oh, this nigga Cam bowed out. How he gonna do this? This nigga fucking with Jay-Z after this, that, and the third. And I'm like...
The bow tie twins, right? That's the
not
concert?
even that nigga. I'm just saying certain people in general. You know, certain people like, oh, this nigga tapped out on it. Yo, what do you want me and Jay-Z to be beefing forever about what? When nobody died, nobody got killed, nobody, you know, whatever. Like, what are we really beefing for? We had reasons when we were doing it, but is it reasons to hold grudges 5, 6, 7, 8 years later, 10 years later, however long years later? I thought that was very cool of him to call us up because our beef, like I said, it wasn't no street shit, even though his musical shit was public. So for him to call and invite me to do the B-Sides concert is just growing shit to show that, look, I'm not beefing with niggas. I ain't got no more problem with niggas, that we're cool. And I thought that was great as well because you got people picking and choosing sides. Nah, I don't fuck with nigga. He just Cam. I ain't fucking with that nigga. He just Jay. This, that, and the third. And then you got people, like you said, who sit there and throw a tantrum. Oh, how Cam gonna do that? He look like the bow tie twins up there. Oh, this nigga Cam, how you gonna do that? Da, 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 da. Look, because you got a problem with Jay-Z, not just this person, people in general. That doesn't mean I'm gonna have a problem with Jay-Z because you have a problem with Jay-Z forever. If a nigga got a problem with Cam and Jay-Z don't got a problem with Cam and you're trying to make a reason that the reason I got a problem with Cam is because Jay-Z has a problem with Cam, he's making it apparently clear that I don't have a problem with Cam anymore. If you want to hold on to old problems, just in general, people I'm talking about, that's y'all niggas. Guys sit around and be waiting for Martin and Gina to get back together. The show's over. It's over, nigga. Sen is sitting here now. He just started watching The Sopranos last year, and now he talking about why we just don't sign a petition to get The Sopranos to be continued. Tony's dead in real life. So when Paulie's dead in real life, Sen, you're late. It's not going to happen. This is what I'm trying to tell you.
We don't know if he died.
Don't want it to be over, and it's over. Martin and Gina's not getting back together. It's just the way it is. Sorry.
Yo, what's your first experience? Because a lot of artists don't know about the hip hop police. What was your first experience with the hip hop police, and how did you view them?
It's a great question. There's a lot of experiences with them niggas. They used to. They used to. I'm trying to.
Sean, we don't want no problems. Just
I
let
don't
you
want
know.
to say scare me, but, and I don't want to say irritate me. Damn, what's the word for the hip hop police? Because it go like this, right? They would be at every event you doing. And you be like, me at this time, I'm doing a lot of other shit besides music. So they be there and I be like, is these niggas here for this other shit? Or they here to make sure niggas is cool, this, that, and the third? And I used to be like, and they was real mean at first. They was mean. But then after a while, every event that I had, they would be right outside the shit. So, you know, it started being an all right relationship. In the beginning, it was like, damn, these niggas want. But then it'd be weird, like, cause Sean, shout out to Sean, because the first nigga, I don't really know the first nigga. When I was doing it, Sean was running. And Sean used to be like, yo, take my number and call me when you on the way down so I know you coming down. I'm like, huh? But then I used to be like, fuck it. Let me just tell this nigga we on the way so we know that you know, we know how we moving. We'll tell these niggas, look, we on the way to the club. And it just used to be like that. Like, yo, we on the way to the club, you know. I get a nigga the heads up because he like, yo, let me know when y'all coming. And I'll be like, all right, fuck it. We on the way to the club. And them niggas would be out there. But in the beginning, they used to just ice grill us and tell us, look, take your crew inside and that be that. But after a while, it was cool. But then there'd be times where, like, they would, you know, because niggas had my number and all that. They be like, yo, I heard y'all niggas rob 5 guys on 42nd. What's up with that? I'm like, Sean, what do we look like robbing 5 guys? Like, it was, ain't there cameras in there? What? Well, look, we got the police captain in Times Square talking about you and your friends rob. I said, Sean, man, I didn't rob 5 guys. Go to the cameras. They got cameras in there. So sometimes you would get them type of calls like, yo, you coming to arrest me because you think I was stealing cheeseburgers, nigga? Like, what are we talking about here? But overall, I can't say I had no real bad experiences with them. They used to irk me. Then it got to the point where Sean wasn't bad to us because we didn't really have nothing going on like that. But the reason they used to irk me is because I had other shit going on outside of music and I didn't know if I was being investigated. So that shit used to be like a little annoying for me at the time.
I was intimidated just watching what y'all was going through. You know, the first guy, like you said, you don't remember his name, but he was the asshole. Yo, it was a tall white guy. And I know about Derek. He does his documentaries now, but I don't have no experience. But the tall guy, he was the nigga that wanted to lock you up bad. You ain't know I was cuckoo and ate his doo-doo was a line that you said on the song Confessions, right? Mm-hmm. You know, once you do music, you play it for girls or whatever, and shout out to that song. I think it's one of your best songs. But when you played that for a girl, what did she think? Do you remember playing that for a girl? And we already discussed how the studio moment was, you know what I mean? But when you played that for a girl, did you look at her reaction and the way you was talking on that record? What was it?
Nah, I mean, at that time when I was doing that record, so for people that don't know, this is what's the name of that record again?
Confessions.
Right. This is supposed to be, it's a concept record, right? Y'all remind me.
It's like you in a confession booth and you just telling the preacher all your sins and everything.
Right. Okay. Got you.
Yeah.
So it came to me vaguely when you said it because a lot of songs, it's about 60% of the songs, 70% of the songs on Confessions of Fire, the album, were a lot of concepts. You know, I had D Ruggs was one of them joints, a Chinese joint where Shanghai, I think it was called.
Shanghai Nights.
Yeah, it was concepts. And me and Un was different concepts. So that particular record, I remember supposed to be inside of a confessions thing in the church and telling them all this crazy shit I did. So, you know, like I said, me and Un was doing that album together. So I don't remember me actually playing it in front of a girl, but I do remember me just trying to be as creative as I can, going in a confession booth in a church because that's something I would never do anyway. You know what I'm saying? So I have to be a little more creative than actually thinking, okay, I'm in a confession booth because this is something that I would do. I would never go in there and tell a stranger priests are not my motherfucking business. I can't tell you what I'm into, nigga. I can't do it. So that probably was just me being more creative than usual making that record. But I can see where you're coming from, where a bitch might be like, yeah, what type of time you on? Or if you're playing it for a girl, she'd be like, what's up with your man? That's very plausible and reasonable question, and it's fair to ask. I'm not on nothing but just trying to be creative, sweetheart. Don't look at me different.
Because you can play horse and carriage and the song which made the pre a pimp's a pimp, and then when it goes to that, it's like, oh wow, this is different. You know what I mean? And girls, we look for girls' opinions. You know what I mean?
No, you're absolutely correct. You're 100% right.
You shot a video with Jaheim, Lord You Know. And speaking of shows that should be continued, you had a cast of The Wire in there, from The Wire. And that show should definitely be continued because it's still not over. Not in my eyes. And not, yeah. Are you planning on using them for any other thing else that you got coming up? The cast from The Wire? The cast from The Wire. Because it seemed like you had all of them in there. Like, if you did a Killer Season 2, would you?
No, son. The Wire's over. I just told you this, bro. This is another show that Sen just started watching a year and a half ago, and now he wants me to bring the cast of The Wire back. No, I'm not bringing the cast of The Wire back, bro. What are you talking about, man?
Why not?
Why not? Nobody even know what's going on like that. Sen,
they watch The Wire.
Bro,
they got
niggas, you just started watching The Wire. I'm not looking for the niggas from The Wire. Do you know that Cedric Daniels, he's dead, Sen? Did you know
That's
that?
That's the lieutenant. That's the lieutenant.
Did you know the
Marlo
girl that worked with Cedric, she's dead? Did you know Proposition Joe is dead? You're late to the party, bro.
Oh, I ain't know Prop Joe was dead.
Yes, man. Yo, what are you talking about, bro?
He had a nephew.
Bro, they killed him at the end. You talking about Method Man? They killed Method. What are you talking about, man?
That's right, man.
Yo, what are you talking about, man? Yo, no, don't plan on bringing the cast of The Wire back.
No, BB, don't mute me. Don't mute me neither. I'm trying to get this thing continued.
This is crazy, man.
All right?
This is crazy. No, not looking for the cast of The Wire, bro.
So where did Marlo go then?
Yo, I want to tell y'all, man, we welcome. Thank you for coming back. 2026 gonna be a phenomenal year. Pardon my brother, Sen City, man. But we gonna check y'all out next week on Talk with Flea. I'm gonna talk this nigga off the camera. He's in the middle of watching The Wire right now and think I'm looking for the old. Look, we'll talk about this another time. Salute. We'll see y'all next week. Talk with Flea. Peace.
Bonnie, you not a bad bitch. I don't know what they've been telling you. You need to go get your refund from all them beauty products they've been selling you. You always been mid. I don't know what's been compelling you to stick around for so long, but tonight you die on schedule. You want me to stop? Just say when. Your bars don't even make sense. Mainly sucking dick and selling pussy is how you pay rent. I can tell by all that makeup on your face. You a fake friend because you built like you played for Penn State and went to the state pen. You funny in the face ass looking excuse for a bad bitch. You ain't gonna do shit. You ain't gonna be shit. On top of that, you never had shit. I make you suck my dick while your boyfriend do my ad libs because your pussy is so polluted it take a miracle for you to have kids. So what's your whole issue? What you trying to get into? This the first time in a battle where nigga look better than a bitch do. I took a few shots, but I ain't got nothing against you. It's all shank redemption. All the shit that I done been through. Your ass is so flat, it just say to be continued. You better take it easy and switch it to another venue. Bitch better get paying rap like the rent due. Whoever want to take up for this whore, tell him too, because you used to fuck with math. And that shit ended bad. All you brought to the table was some ass and pen and pad. I don't give a fuck about Easy or that shit with him and Cass. Cause both of y'all is way past y'all prime like Trinidad. Man, you dressed like a gypsy. Lord, please forgive me. This bitch is 30-something, look like she going on 60. So all that nigga in the band shit you talking, you can miss me because you doing car dates and Backpage out Poughkeepsie. Man, tell me what it feel like. To die on the live stream. I turn your fucking camera to the side, make it a widescreen. I bust a fucking nut inside your eye. You need some Visine and make you wipe with all my leather seats so we could ride clean. So tell a friend I took a semi to the semi-final. Next, I'm like Skinny Me mixed with Vinite Idol. Right hand of God, I swear on a mini Bible, I ain't never had no pics. I take it to any rival. Cause niggas don't like to hear the truth, but here it goes. I'ma fry these bitches till I'm 50 years old. Cause when you hear Da Vinci, it's like 50 pair of those. I got 22 questions to ask with air holes.
I got E Ness for making the band. Somebody must be furious with me. You know what's curious to me? I was like 10 when you was living with Diddy, and you still fat, black, and ugly as ever. So what you trying to go, titty for titty? Cause I'll be leaving your life in the dock hands like 50 and Diddy. Let's acknowledge the facts. You're a breakdancer who got into rap, but how did you get here? Cause you like to dance around the topic. I got a problem with that. We all seen how he put you to sleep like Thanos. He took you out in a snap. Your entourage should have let a arm wave and a body roll the first touch. That's a Marion tracks. I'll give you credit though. You got a bad hand but never fold. What did he or did he not do to you? We'll never know, but let it go. You almost 50 yourself. That's hella old. I heard you was getting drug in the room. So you're the first 48 that never told? See, Babs talked and Freddie talked, so what's with the skepticism? And how you couldn't make blood stop? You're shaped like an embolism. You're not a victim. You had your meat out to bone. That's tendernism. Reality check. It was a cakewalk for you on television. You bitch made. Ripped to Valletta. You still built like your mom in her big days. And she ain't seen a rib cage since she was in 6th grade. I'm about to roast you to death. All you do is suck dick and sniff coke. I can smell the blow on your breath. You're not woke in the flesh. The only nigga in Philly that ain't Muslim. I know you depressed. So when I stop on your floor and knock on your door, y'all better hope Jehovah Witness. Or he gonna meet his holiness as a holierness. This nigga look like Ace Bandage Hood. A bloated Lux, a damaged goods, a fat casa, a prop gun shug, a Philly twerk who only got one hood. He's not a boss. We never seen E pill nothing beside his jaw, but I'm hype now. He got a bitch named Crystal. Y'all popping off? Knock it off. Everyone smashed Crystal. Mazel tov. She bold too. Who spends 5 whole hours in Whole Foods? Nigga, she was in the meat department. I took her back to my man for homeschool, and we took turns giving her lessons in bed. She went from a feminist to massaging his dick how you supposed to. So are you ready or not? I don't care if y'all going steady or not. I'm a hellraiser. She woke up with her head in a box. And next time that you wake, it'll be a funeral. Dead in a box. I'll be helping your bitch get ushered in. There's the cherry on top.